an ancient Luwian city located on the western coast of Anatolia, in the present-day Selçuk district of Izmir province, about 3 kilometers southwest. The city remained important throughout the Ionian and later Roman periods, especially with the beginning of Greek colonization in Anatolia. Its origins date back to the Neolithic period, around 6000 BCE. In the 10th century BCE, it was built by Attic and Ionian Greek colonists on the site of the former capital of Arzava. In the classical Greek period, it was one of the 12 cities of Ionia. The city grew after it came under the control of the Roman Republic in 129 BCE. Picos de Europa is a mountain range in northern Spain, forming part of the Cantabrian Mountains within the regions of Asturias, Cantabria, and Castile and Leon. According to popular belief, the range was the first physical feature that sailors returning from America saw on the horizon, which is why it was named Picos de Europa, Peaks of Europe. The mountain range consists of 3 main massifs: the central Urales, eastern Andorra, and western Picos de Cornion sections. The mountains are primarily composed of limestone, and due to the glaciers present, karst formations are commonly found. The highest peak in the range is Torre de Cerredo, standing at 2,650 meters. These mountains are home to important plant and animal species. The Picos de Europa National Park, which spans the regions of Asturias, Cantabria, and Leon, is an excellent example of the Atlantic ecosystem. Lofoten is an archipelago and a traditional region in the Nordland County of Norway. Lofoten is known for its dramatic mountains and peaks, open sea, sheltered coves, beaches, and pristine landscapes. Its largest town, Leknes, is located within the Arctic Circle, about 169 kilometers from it and approximately 2,420 kilometers from the North Pole, making Lofoten one of the most northerly populated regions in the world. Despite being within the Arctic Circle, the archipelago experiences one of the world's largest high-temperature anomalies for its latitude. Lofoten lies between the 68th and 69th parallels north of the Arctic Circle in northern Norway. It is known for its natural environment in Norway. Apuseni Nature Park is a protected area located in the administrative regions of Alba, Bihor, and Cluj counties in Romania. The park is situated in the western part of Romania, in the central northern section of the Apuseni Mountains, covering part of the Bihor Mountains in the south and the Vlădeasa Mountains in the north. With an area of 75,784 hectares, Avignon is a city located in the Vaucluse department of the Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur region in France, along the banks of the Rhône River. Avignon is known for its medieval city walls, the Palais des Papes, and the Pont Saint Benazet Bridge, which is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Since 1947, the Festival d'Avignon has been held every July. For the festival, various theater, dance, and music performances are organized each year. Many of these performances take place outdoors, typically in the streets. The history of Avignon dates back to ancient times. The settlement around the city began around 3000 BC, and the city itself became part of the Roman Empire in the 50s BC. During this period, the city, which transformed from a city-state into a colony, entered a dark age similar to the European continent due to the migration period, which began in the 400s and led to the fall of the Western Roman Empire. Between 1284 and 1305, King Philip IV of France engaged in a prolonged power struggle with the Vatican. The historical significance of Avignon primarily dates back to the 14th century. Lisbon is the capital and largest city of Portugal. It is one of the municipalities of the Greater Lisbon sub-region, which is part of the Lisbon region. Located on the banks of the Tagus River, Lisbon is on the Atlantic Ocean coast. In 2017, the population of Lisbon City was 505,526, while the population of the Lisbon metropolitan area, which includes the city, was around 2.8 million. The Lisbon region is the wealthiest in Portugal, with a standard of living above the European Union average. One of Europe's most colorful capitals, Lisbon is built on 7 hills, like Rome and Istanbul. The city has been the capital of Portugal since 1260 and experienced its most glorious period during the 16th century, at the height of the Portuguese Empire. In the Neolithic age, the Iberians, who lived in the Atlantic part of Europe, settled in the region. Religious monuments such as dolmens and menhirs, which still stand around the city, were built by these people. At the end of the first millennium, the Celts, who invaded the region. Plovdiv is the second largest city in Bulgaria, with a population of 347,851 according to the 2019 census. It is the administrative center of Plovdiv province and one of the country's important centers for economy, transportation, culture, and education. The region has a very ancient history, but there is little information about it. After the area was conquered by Sultan Murad I, Yörük Turkmen people from Izmir, Aydın, Manisa, Konya, and Karaman were settled in the region. Both Turkish and Pomak populations still exist in the area. Plovdiv is located southeast of Bulgaria's capital, Sofia, on the banks of the Maritsa River. The city is situated in the southern part of the Plovdiv Plain, a sedimentary basin that forms the western part of the Upper Thracian Plain. To the northwest rise the peaks of the Shredna Gora mountain range. Athens is the capital of Greece, and with a population of approximately 4 million, it is the largest city in the country and the 7th largest city in the European Union. Located in a dominant position over Attica, Athens is also the administrative center of this region. With a written history of 3,400 years and human presence dating back to between the 7th and 11th millennia BC, it is one of the oldest cities in the world. The city is named after the ancient Greek goddess of wisdom. Classical Athens was a powerful city-state. In addition to being a center of art, learning, and philosophy, it was home to Plato's Academy and Aristotle's Lyceum. Due to its cultural and political influence on the European continent, particularly on ancient Rome, Athens is widely regarded as the cradle of Western civilization and the birthplace of democracy. According to the Athens Globalization and World Cities Research Network, Athens is a beta-level global city and one of the largest economic centers in Southeast Europe. The city's legacy of the classical period is still evident in its art, including ancient monuments, most notably the Parthenon. Founded in the 13th century as a small fishing village, Düsseldorf takes its name from the Dussel River, where it was originally established. The city is located on the banks of the Rhine River, with the Ruhr region to the north and Cologne to the south. Düsseldorf is especially popular among fashion and shopping enthusiasts, with fashion fairs held throughout the year attracting significant attention. The city consists of 50 districts, Baroque churches, international galleries, boutiques selling the latest fashion, and pubs can be found together. The Cairngorms is a mountain range closely associated with Cairngorm Mountain, located in the Eastern Highlands of Scotland. On September 1st, 2003, the Cairngorms became part of Scotland's second national park. The Cairngorms consist of high plateaus ranging from about 1,000 to 1,200 meters above sea level, with dome-shaped peaks rising to around 1,300 meters. Most of the peaks feature tors, which are freestanding rock outcrops that stand above the rocky landscape. In some areas, the edges of the plateau form steep granite cliffs, making it an excellent location for skiing, rock climbing, and ice climbing. The Cairngorms create an Arctic alpine mountain environment with tundra-like features and long-lasting snow patches. This area is home to mammals such as the mountain hare, as well as bird species like grouse, skylarks, snow bunting, dotterels, and red grouse.